Want to know what a real man would tell their lady about love and life? You're in the right place. This is Hello Ladies with Rom Wills. Rom Wills is a speaker and author of several books on relationships. Grab some wine, sit back, and enjoy.
Hello, ladies. Welcome to my spot. Recognize when the man isn't feeling you. I'm going to tell y'all a couple stories in regard to that. You know what? I used to work with this young lady, right? Briefly with this young lady. And she was complaining about this guy that apparently got her pregnant and stuff. And she would I would see her years later, and she had married the guy, and she had not just one, but 3 children by him, right? But she was complaining about him. Because I know just from her personality and some of the things she said, she chased him down. He wasn't as interested in her. But he was pretty much stuck. He was one of those guys that didn't get women easily, so he kind of just stuck with her, but he still really wasn't feeling her. And I thought about that, and then there was a situation happened to me. This was back when I was working at a gym. And I had this woman who I was actually training her, but she was coming on to me blatantly. I mean, obvious. And, you know, I told the woman I had a girlfriend. Like, it wasn't like, oh, I got a girlfriend, we got problems. It's like, no, I had a girlfriend who would eventually become my wife. That's how good we were with each other. So it was like I wasn't looking for anything else. Right? Because with me, to be honest with you, if on that level, I don't talk about marriage a lot, you go on that level, I'm totally like monogamous, right? Now, and even then I wasn't, that wasn't me to deal with her. And she wasn't bad or anything. She wasn't bad, but I wasn't feeling her on that level. Even if I was single, I wasn't feeling her on that level, even if I was single, right? But she kept coming hard to the point I was like, okay, I might have to say something to a manager. That's how deep it was. But she kept coming hard, and to the point, I mean, I had to just be blatant with her and just like explain the situation several times. And it was just like I wasn't feeling. She didn't get it, right? And I'm sharing those 2 instances because there's plenty more. I mean, despite what people think, it ain't always the man being thirsty. It ain't always the men being thirsty. There's a lot of women, and we know it. Especially when we talk about this whole select, non-select. That guy who select to you, y'all know y'all making it easy. In fact, I just did a podcast last week talking about how to approach such a guy. And, I said, do it, be classy and all that. We know some of y'all ain't going to be classy doing that, right? But whatever the case, even if you don't approach that guy, but you feeling him and you trying to put some hints out there, you trying to be blatant something, you just like throwing it at him, or, you see him around, you get real friendly, or you want a job or something, you wear that sexy dress or something. I've seen young ladies did that. Like I remember I was on one job. It was this pretty young girl who she came wearing like a real sexy dress, and she got real pissed at all the guys saying something to her. She got pissed, except for one. The one she was actually there for, wearing the dress for, and he said nothing to her. he wasn't feeling her. She was doing it. Look, ladies, y'all got to realize something. Sometimes a guy ain't feeling you. Now, I know y'all got plenty of thirsty guys chasing y'all. Every single woman got some thirsty guy chasing them. At least one. I don't care what you look like. Somebody trying to get up with you. I've seen women who were facially challenged. I've seen women who were grossly out of shape, and some guy was still chasing after. But then we know how it works, ladies. We know how it works. You can have 20 guys chasing you, but you checking that one guy who's over in the corner eating some buffalo wings. We know it. That's a big part of the problem in relationships. They ain't the guy that you want. But then you get stuck on that guy. You trying to figure him out. You trying to figure out, okay, how can I get him? In fact, if I really wanted to make some money, if I really just said, let me make some money, I could tell you how to get them. I could tell you, or give you some idea. Or even if I'm telling you, in fact, I don't even have to be honest. I could just be like one of these dudes who just tell y'all what y'all want to hear instead of the Uncle Rom thing of telling y'all what y'all need to hear and tell you some stuff and make a lot of money. But you know me, I'm gonna tell y'all what y'all need to hear. But, you know, you gotta recognize you do all that, he's not interested. See, understand one thing with men. Even if you interested, you choosing us, whatever. Even if you're not interested in that guy, all men are going to make an effort to get with a woman they like. Let me say that again. If a man likes you, if he's interested in you at all, even if you make the first move, he's still going to make some moves to get to know you. Even if you approach him first, you know, if he's interested, he'll take it from there. If he's interested, if he's trying to get with you, you know, whether you approach him first or you let him approach you first, or, you know, whatever the case. Even if you choosing the guy in the sense of you opening the door for him and everything else, he still has to accept the choice. The man always has a choice in that matter. And if a man ain't feeling you, that means he ain't feeling you. Don't force it. Because there's two instances there with that whole thing. If he ain't really feeling you, there's two things to take in consideration. First is the more obvious one I've been talking about. He just ain't feeling. He ain't making any effort to really go out his way to talk to you. He might be polite to you if he has to be, but he ain't feeling you. Or he might have just friend zoned you or something because he just ain't attracted to you that way. That's the obvious one. But then there's another one. He ain't feeling you, but you know what? He on some dog shit. He's a dog about it. You know, and he got you on like long-term standby. You in the farm system for him probably. You're a potential draft pick, but he still ain't feeling you because he's not making any effort towards it. Because even that type of man who like top of the list women throwing it at him, he's still gonna make some effort back. Just a little effort. He's gonna make something, you know. Because what happens is a lot of women, they'll chase that second one and get dogged out and have some problems because he wasn't really interested. He was just taking it because you were offering it or something. Or he didn't get that many other options. Because here's one thing too. Just because you feeling that man don't mean other women are feeling that man. So he really wants other women, but since you the only one feeling, he might deal with you, whatever. There's a lot of that happens. You just in the right place at the right time. You know, he might be going through something or whatever. But then that's just a flash. That's just a quickie, you know. Something to do sex, you know. Because I talked about before how some women have something to do sex with men, but we definitely have it with y'all, you know. Because a man don't even have to like a woman to have sex with her. But you got to recognize that. You got to recognize that. See, don't blame the man, you know, if something didn't work out, you know, the man could be honest and say, well, you know, I wasn't feeling you like that anyway. And that's always the case. That happens so much, it's scary. Because it's like, okay, you done did all this, chased them, all that, and do one feeling. Because really, I'm telling you, if the man feeling you, all you had to do is open the door. He'll walk in and do the rest. In fact, some men get offended if you trying to chase them or doing all this stuff and he's not interested. You do get some men, they just like, nah, they want total control over. Even when you choosing them, they still get the choice of whether to choose you back, and they still only going to deal with you on their terms. See, that's the main thing, especially like the more select dudes, they specifically deal with women however they feel like dealing with them. And if you see he ain't even trying to really do that, he's not really interested. You got to recognize it, and you got to understand it, you know? You know, sometimes you just got to walk on and everything. And that's, you know what, it is what it is, you know, because ultimately you want to get with a man that's compatible, there's a mutual feeling between. That's how relationships work. The couple got to have mutual attraction. That one's attracted to the other, and they trying to force it. Just like I tell some men, don't be trying to force a woman to like you. Shit, ladies, don't force a man to like you. You either do or you don't. Now, once you open the door, once you give him that choosing signal, whatever, however you going to do it, even calmly approach him, you still got to wonder, okay, is he approaching back? Is he reaching out back? Even if a man could do that, even if he's generally a good person. He ain't necessarily, if he ain't feeling any that he's evil or bad, he just ain't feeling. That's it. So recognize that, all right, ladies? So anyway, that's all I got for now. I'll talk to you later. Peace and many blessings.